heard the latest...
Like, okay, I'm gonna be honest. That's one of the few Johnny reviews I've watched. And I'm gonna kind of quote him here. I'm fucking terrified of it. Like, I cannot beat that game. Because it fucks with my brain.
It's completely audio-based.
Because my ears are so tuned to music. It feels awkward. It shakes me. It literally shakes me half to death.
I heard Sister Location was actually pretty good.
From what I've seen, looks pretty good, actually. It looks like something with the classic, but it also looks like it's something new.
Apparently
like it looks
ties
like,
into
like it has a new idea.
Interesting thing is Game Theory, did a theory that the game would tie in...
Are you ready? Are you ready, Cole?
What's this?
Are you fucking ready?
Oh, Dark Samus.
Dark Samus 1.
Just collecting phase on. Don't
Do. La 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 la. Ha.
And, just absorb the whole crystal.
So did you read the newspaper today?
Faker? I think you're the fake bounty hunter around here.
Oh my god. I can't.
I'll make you eat those words!
You brought that shit here. I'm gonna admit the game is awesome, but the story fucking sucks dick. It's not my favorite. It's my favorite gameplay-wise, though. Hello.
Isn't there a Dark Samus theme in this game that's a remix of the Metroid Prime battle theme? Oh, right. This is one of those Cole, shut the fuck up, I'm focusing moments.
I'm pressing the button too fast, man.
Fun fact, Dark Samus can't morph ball, but it can crawl.
Nope, it can morph ball.
Can it seriously?
Yeah, it can morph ball.
Interesting.
In a way. It's a different kind of way. I love this stuff.
It's menacing.
Dear God, I feel like I've hit you 10 times! Feels like I've hit it more than that, but... You get my drift, it does... I like, I'm hitting it, and I'm hitting it hard, but it's not doing much damage.
Remember, a charged shot does roughly as much damage as a, missile.
It can fire missiles too.
Son of a bitch.
Yep. It's completely
Dark
copying
Samus
you.
is packing.
Yep.
I'd imagine that Dark Samus at this point doesn't emulate a fully powered Samus.
No.
Because, I mean, if that
It's
were...
its own entity.
If that were the case, you would be hosed.
No, it's its own entity.
Yeah.
It's its own thing.
Well,
it's more demonic. Okay.
It's not...
Basically, let's say it's the SAX, but
I was about to say, it's not quite the SAX.
No.
Because the SAX was just a perfect duplicate of Samus at full power. Dark Samus is like, yeah, I could emulate you at full power, but I can also.
But I'd rather not. I'd rather.
When you get to point blank with Dark Samus, I keep remembering that.
All right, now it's powered up.
I was just digging with you. This is what I can actually do. I can do a sync back flip and.
No, that's its morph ball. That's its morph.
That was a fucking shine spark. Yeah, no, that is just... that is M. Bison's Psycho Crusher from Street Fighter.
That is the super
Son
missile.
of a
That's
bitch!
the super missile.
Dark Samus doesn't play around.
No! She doesn't play around.
It was just kind of like, yeah, I was actually just dicking around with you for the lulz. Now time to actually wipe you off the face of this planet. These Dark Samus...
It just shows that she is serious.
Oh, so, I mean, it's just kind of pointless to shoot her at that point, though?
Because I mistimed it.
Gotcha.
You can actually hit it. You actually hit
Alright, you just started your charge too late.
Yeah, I just... Okay, so...
Psycho Crusher! Oh, yeah.
It's very strict timing.
I was about to say, when, like, that blue dome was around her, is she invulnerable?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Okay. I didn't know what you were saying. Like, I'm thinking, okay.
Yeah, okay, I will say, one thing I'm liking about Dark Samus' design is that, while it's obvious that it is, Samus, and it's a silhouette that's incredibly similar to Samus, it's still slightly different. So, I mean, it's the classic doppelganger trope. It looks a lot like Samus, it acts a lot like Samus, but it's not Samus.
No.
So
the
I mean,
thing
it makes
is,
sense
it
that
becomes, you know, unlike like a Shadow Mario or something like that, it becomes its own thing.
yeah.
Like it doesn't care who it's mimicking. It cares about itself.
Yeah, it just so happens that in terms of physicality, it looks a lot like another character. Which honestly makes sense, because I mean, this thing copied, or pretty much absorbed the Phazon suit.
Yep.
So it makes sense that it looks like the variant suit.
Hurts like a bitch if you get hit by it. If you get hit by that ball on hard mode, I got no idea
Your
what
ass is grass.
Or that super missile.
It's a good thing that, you know, that middle structure can't seem to blow up.
It just
Son
took,
of a
it just
bitch!
took, it just took a third of a tank. No, it's like that.
Morphology. Phazon, powered entity.
I don't want to know.
No, I don't want that.
Boop.
All right, almost there.
Woo!
Yeah, that hurt. That's kind of smart.
I'm getting the fuck out of here.
I don't blame Samus. I mean, if I just saw this thing was sounded like it was charging up something.
Well, shit. Ba-doom. Yeah.
And that's the end of Dark Samus. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It'll be back.
Yep.
With weapons.
It actually does upgrade itself. Yeah.
Ah, Samus, I see you have acquired, let's see, the screw attack, the super missile. Oh, and you got other beams. It'd be a shame if I had something that was even more powerful than that in my arsenal.
It becomes pretty powerful. Like, it starts actually having, like, a Phazon kind of cannon.
What can you do that I can't? I can shine spark, bitch.
I can shine spark in a game where you can't. How does it make you feel? Does it make you feel inferior?
You are the inferior model.
Oh,
Okay, with the way Samus swung the arm cannon, I know you just got the wave beam, but I was half
Wave
expecting...
beam? You mean dark beam?
Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. This game ditches the more conventional beams of Metroid.
Yep. It has an ammo system.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because this is something kind of interesting here is that, question, how long until we get the next beam upgrade? You know what I'm talking about.
Not very long.
Okay, I'll
a few minutes.
Gotcha, I'll save that little tidbit of information when we get there.
Yep.
But,
You can go right ahead, man.
yeah. So, later on, we're gonna, we have a dark beam, and considering how the whole theme of this game is light versus dark, surprise!
We're gonna get a light beam.
And here's the thing, is when you kill an enemy with the dark beam, you get ammo for the light beam, and vice versa. So it encourages you to actually use both of the beams.
Which I actually
Although
because, the ammo system, everyone complains about it. I don't mind it, actually.
I mean, it makes sense.
Because it's not your technology, it's not Chozo.
Yeah, it's the Luminov technology. It's something, I wouldn't say totally different, but because, again, in like lore entries and stuff, you do learn that the Luminov and Chozo were in contact with one another.
Yep,
So,
they are very similar.
So it makes sense that, there are upgrades like the Light Beam and Dark Beam are compatible with the, power suit, but only to a certain extent.
Yep.
Like, the Wave Beam, of course, is going to have unlimited ammo. That was designed for the power suit, but the Dark and Light Beams, those are completely Luminov, Aetherian, whatever you want to call it.
Alright, so I'm going to get into the research of this because it's very important. Make sure you shoot one of these beacons with a dark beam and with a light beam because they count as separate scans. Because they are totally different.
That's stupid.
No, it's not.
It's dumb.
You dumb, motherfucker. You gonna die, motherfucker. I take up 5 screens, man.
My apologies, Samuel L. Jackson. Motherfucker.
Oh shit. I need to get out of here.
I need to stop standing in this corrosive atmosphere that is slowly leaching away at my health.
See? They're nullified.
Nullified crystal.
Yeah, because it cannot, its light is gone.
Because it's been nullified!
But now it's light again.
Because reasons.
Yeah. Reasons are reasons, man.
So about how long do you reckon it's going to take for us to get to the boost garden?
About another hour.
already then.
So you'll have about 2 hours, and if it takes a little bit longer, you'll have at least time for at least one or one and a half of your games. Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not gonna take up this whole session.
Yeah,
because we record in sessions, guys. Basically, we're both in college. We both go to different colleges. It's kind of hard for us to meet up. We're able to meet up like once every month or 2 times every month. Just kind of depends upon Cole's schedule, but it also depends upon mine.
Yeah. I mean, I live like 5 hours away from here. So.
3 hours. It took me 3 hours to get here.
3 to 5, depending on traffic.
Yes.
Dark Temple key acquired.
2 more to go.
Yay! Now we're 1/3 of the way to Umos's mission being completed.
Hey, Legend of Zelda.
Huh.
It feels like a Legend of Zelda game to me.
I'm telling you, man, Legend of Metroid, that needs to be a thing.
Says Jordan and Cole with an A+.
Legend of Metroid, make it happen, Nintendo.
Nintendo can't make anything happen.
No, I'm curious.
Metroid
Medieval
anymore.
Metroid.
Because the thing is, I miss Metroid. Okay, I just want a good game.
Federation Force was okay.
It's a solid game. I love AM2R. That's fan made.
Okay, fun fact. Someone was talking to me about it who was familiar with legal stuff, and they're pointing out that obviously Nintendo does have a right to put the can on that. They do legally own Metroid, but they're explaining that the legal reason why they're able to pull it down was because it was actually the plot. Because the storyline is they can copyright scenario and storyline really easily. So technically, it's copyright infringement on the grounds that the game heavily references, Metroid 1, Super Metroid, and is basically a remake of Metroid 2, to the point where they include elements that were in the manual.
Yep.
So, I mean, no matter which way you argue it, even if you're like, yeah, but something. I mean, they own the IP.
They own it. I mean,
they own it, and
and the thing is, they have a right. They have a right to do it. But the thing is, it doesn't mean that I hate Nintendo.
I think it's a timing thing. It's a timing. The reason why people hated it is hated that it got the DMCA was because Federation Force comes out. That was kind of polarizing. I mean, the original video got a really negative response.
And the thing is, Nintendo actually had to disable
likes and dislikes,
dislikes, comments.
Because that's how much negative reception the original trailer got. Because if Metroid Prime Federation Force had been released around the same time as Other M, nobody would have really cared about it.
No, everyone would have thought of it as a fun spin-off.
But the fact that it's been about, 5 years since the last Metroid game?
Okay, if you're not counting Other M and you're not counting Trilogy, because Trilogy is kind of a
compilation.
2007.
So, yeah, it's almost 10 years since the last, Prime game.
Yeah,
and then
any
Metroid game that has been critically acclaimed.
Yeah, because the thing is, Prime, I mean, after Prime 1 succeeded, everyone was like, Retro is going to make something amazing, and we're all just going to fangirl over it like nobody's business.
Oh, also, another thing I kind of remembered about another Metroid 2 remake. One of the reasons why people have pointed out that it was weird that Nintendo waited for the game to be released to, have the DMCA. Well, here's the reasoning, is apparently I asked about it, to the same person who was familiar with, legal stuff. And because it was a demo, it was demos that were being released and not the, the full-fledged final thing.
It's not a full make.
They technically couldn't cancel, they couldn't, dole out the DMCA because it wasn't...
It's not complete.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like to think that maybe they waited a day or two.
Here's a thing that I'm going to love, because it's taken its time, but I'm going to enjoy it. There are a couple of people that are anonymous, so they're not going by a project name, they're not going by their real name. They're creating an Ocarina of Time 2D, exactly like A Link to the Past. And it looks
I'm hearing
beautiful.
That. It sounds like a really cool idea. I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo drops the banhammer on that, though.
But the thing is, it's only 19% complete, and it's been in project for 2 years.
They're taking their time. Sounds like taking their time.
They're taking their time, but the thing is, they're only releasing demos.
Yeah.
They're not releasing full playthroughs of the game yet.
Because they haven't got that far.
No, they've gotten through 19.5%. And I think that gets to, I want to say Jabu Jabu's Belly? I don't really know. I haven't played
Jabu.
haven't played the game yet. I've just seen screenshots of it. I've seen videos of it, and the child in me is loving every second of it. Like, I can't wait for it to release because the thing is, unlike AM2R, I'm paying attention to this shit.
See,
as soon as it gets done, I'm downloading that shit day one.
When you
that way I have it.
Like, that feeling you described, I feel like the only way I'm going to get like that with Nintendo property is if Nintendo does something good with the Chibi Robo franchise.
Oh, really? Well, the thing is,
if they figure out...
you said it wasn't bad, but it wasn't exactly
okay,
like
okay. Let me get into Chibi Robo for a second. So Chibi Robo was basically my childhood on the GameCube. Chibi Robo Plug into Adventure.
Kind of like Ocarina of Time was for me.
Yeah, you know, it was a really interesting game. Now, here's kind of an issue with it. It got really, really good reviews, but sales were mediocre. Now, Chibi Robo didn't have much marketing. So you know what Nintendo decided for its sequel on the Nintendo DS, Chibi Robo Park Patrol?
And Amiibo.
No, Chibi Robo Park Patrol on the original DS. What they did was, it was, from what I've heard, very mixed things, but it wasn't really the Chibi Robo gameplay that made, you know, the first... Yeah.
The thing is, I've played Chibi Robo.
Yeah.
And I love Chibi Robo.
And they
I could play some Chibi Robo.
Yeah.
Like, but it's so quirky that it keeps you interested.
I mean, it's kind of... It's not like Earthbound quirky, it's just quirky in general. But, and another thing is...
And you're about to watch my health drain like nobody's business once I get next to these little fuckers. Watch how bad my health is going to drop.
Are those what I think those are?
What do you think they are?
I think they're some sort of mutated Metroid.
No.
Okay.
They're not. You're going to see true nightmare fuel when you see the Ing Talon Metroid.
Ing Talon Metroid.
Yes.
Alright.
That thing is nightmare fuel in itself.
Gotcha.
Watch my health drop like a bitch.
What the fuck?
Yeah, those things create a poisonous gas.
But you're already in a poisonous gas!
Yeah, well, it increases the poisonous gas.
Damn.
Yep.
So, Park Patrol, to kind of get back on that, it was okay, mixed reception. Now, here's what they decided to do. There's a little bit more advertisement in magazines and stuff.
The thing is,
limited stock to where it was a Walmart exclusive.
Are you serious?
Yep. So
because
then,
I got it for you for your birthday, by the way.
Well, no, I'm talking about Park Patrol.
Oh, you're not talking about Ziplash.
No, Jordan, I said Park Patrol, not Ziplash.
I'm thinking of Ziplash because I got that amiibo and I love the amiibo. It's so cute.
Yeah, I got my...
It's so cute.
I'll get to Ziplash in a second. So then there was Chibi Robo, a Chibi Robo game that was Japan exclusive for the Nintendo DS, which the title roughly translates to Chibi Robo Happy Rich Sweep, which was a direct sequel to the original GameCube game, both in scenario, plot, and gameplay. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, you know, I really want to play it, but I don't really have a means to do it like touchscreen DS emulation. Actually, well, a DS emulator. I could use my drawing tablet to emulate the touchscreen. But anyway, in terms of emulating that, it'll be in Japanese. And there's currently a fan translation going on, which so far in... Last time I saw it updated, it was in like 2012, and they barely got any progress. You know, it's Chibi Robo. It's not exactly, you know, your Mother 3 of Nintendo franchises. So then...
Okay, speaking of that, I just want Mother 3. Like, I don't care if you don't even make it a big announcement. I don't care if you just put it on there.
Watch it be NX Virtual Console to help boost sales right out the gate. But then, so
I can tell you what, if you did that shit, the NX is already going to sell because of the mystery.
Yes.
No one knows what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Except, apparently, Ubisoft. The guy's like, oh my god, this thing is amazing. And you're like...
Have not heard about that.
Yeah.
So, let's see, this...
Here's your chance to...
Lightning.
Yeah, whatever you wanted to say before with the whole Swingy the Army thingy.
The what? Oh yeah, like, I keep thinking it's some sort of, like, melee attack when Samus does that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but what happened... So, with Chibi Robo... Happy Rich Sweep apparently sold well enough in Japan, you know, for them to warrant interest in trying out the Chibi Robo game. So, we got Chibi Robo Photo Finder. I'll let that sink in. So then after that...
Is that like a Pokemon Snap kind of feel? Because that's what it sounds like.
What it is you explore a very, very tiny environment to find, quote, nostalgia.
40% of the law book already done, man.
Yes.
I'm doing pretty good.
So the idea behind that...
And you can actually up these platforms a little bit. They don't do anything. Like, they don't do anything. But it's there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I just wanted to point that fun little thing out.
So, Photo Finder, you explore a very limited area. You're trying to find nostalgia junk, which is basically the game tells you, find something that is this shape. And then you find that shape in real life with your camera on the 3DS. You take a photo of it, and it's like, great, you found a circle! And then, it scans in, whatever that circular object is to use as the, quote, nostalgia junk. Basically, it was a glorified camera peripheral.
Look at how demonic these things look. It's an eyeball as a wall. And there's only 2 in the game.
That's a little unsettling. And then we get to Chibi Robo Ziplash. Now, when I saw this game being announced, I was a little skeptical at first.
But the thing is, it was coming to America.
Well, no, Photo Finder was in America as well, but I saw Chibi Robo Photo Finder, and I was like, holy shit, they remember Chibi Robo! So then with
Watch
Ziplash,
how demonic this thing looks. You actually incinerate them. You know what the plasma beam did?
if you do that to them with light.
Yeah, and it's kind of unsettling.
Condensed light, bitch. No, wait, I actually see a little rainbow effect. It's actually like a prism.
Yeah.
Taste the rainbow, motherfucker.
The true hyper beam.
Yeah. So with Ziplash, there was developer comments saying that if Ziplash didn't sell well, it might be their last foray into Chibi Robo. I'll get into why that kind of annoys me in a second. But I saw Ziplash, it was announced, and I was kind of skeptical. Like, Chibi Robo is a 2D platformer, I'm not really seeing it. I don't quite understand why you'd go that route, but I'm curious. Yeah. I'm cautiously optimistic. It looks like it might be alright with its mechanic of using Chibi Robo's plug to attack things. Well, I played the game. For about everything it does right. It does one other thing. It's a solid gameplay mechanic idea. Its execution, not the greatest, because it gets really boring really fast. I wanted to 100% it, just because it's a Chibi Robo game. I actually wanted to get some enjoyment out of it, and it was okay for killing time.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not something you really feel obligated to complete unless you're a fan of Chibi Robo. I feel because the game itself has some really cool puzzles.
And you are a big fan of it. It's probably your second favorite franchise.
I mean, yeah, and it's my. I mean, just because of the first game.
It's your childhood franchise.
Yeah. So I really want to see it flourish, but with Ziplash, I played it and I was just disappointed.
All right. Mini boss time. Multiple ink.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna say that little thing on the door is a scan.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yes. Fuck. And you only get a limited time to scan these fucking things. And it sucks because you gotta scan it while they're attacking you!
So would you say this is the lost levels to the Metroid series because it assumes that you're like a professional at the first installment?
Well, I mean, the thing is, I'm not a professional by any means.
Well, I'm just saying
but I'm experienced.
Yeah, like experience.
I have a vast knowledge of Metroid Prime. Therefore, I know what to do when it comes to scanning shits. But you would think, okay, that shouldn't count as anything at all. Like it's normal. Hello. Yeah, attacking my suit and trying to corrupt it's not gonna do anything. Okay. Only Phazon can do that.
And it's like, oh shit, Phazon. But. So yeah, just fighting.
Once again, I don't have a fun time with that because you're in hyper mode. You're a god.
So
it feels okay. Watch this little shit too. You can actually damage him with a dark beam.
That's what I call poetic justice.
Kind of running low.
Fire at will. Plasma shots. Wait, no, this isn't plasma. This is just energy. Or, excuse me, power shots. This is the power beam.
I mean, my hands are getting used to it.
It doesn't really justify it, though.
No, it doesn't justify anything, man.
Speaking of justification, back to Chibi Robo. No, I mean, I just really want to get this point across. So when I saw that developer comment that, if this doesn't sell well, this might be our last, attempt at Chibi Robo, To me, that said, we don't know what to do with this series, and if this doesn't work out, we're just gonna give up. That's basically what it said to me, because the original game was solid. It got a lot of good reviews. Nintendo didn't market it for shit.
Well, that's the reason Earthbound is not in terms of marketing, sales.
Yeah, sales.
But the fan base is amazing.
And that's the thing with Earthbound, because the marketing in America was shit, it didn't sell very well. It's like, maybe if you realize that marketing is also half of getting your game's units sold, then that... I mean, it just kind of frustrates me, because it feels like it's twisting the arms of, you know, the fans. Because it's pretty much like saying, what? No, this is Chibi Robo.
Okay.
If you don't like this game, then you don't like Chibi Robo.
So... we'll put in that quote, man. Okay, so basically, they want to make money. Money is the substitute for a lack of imagination.
Truer words have never been spoken by Nolan Bushnell. Which, oh yeah, we haven't mentioned this. So I go to George Mason University, and recently Nolan Bushnell came down to give a lecture. And if you don't know who Nolan Bushnell is, do you like video games? Thank Nolan Bushnell, because Nolan Bushnell is pretty much the reason we have the video game industry as we know it today.
We really do.
Does Atari ring a bell by any chance? How about the game Pong? Did you also know that Nolan Bushnell founded Chuck E. Cheese as a venture to sell even more games?
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Nolan Bushnell's a pretty smart entrepreneur. Like, the man is still...
and I mean extremely.
Like, he's still
professional,
running...
he is smart, but the thing is, he's not afraid to speak his mind.
Yeah. I mean, he's been doing this shit since the 70s. He probably at least knows somewhat what he's doing.
Well, here's the thing. You know, he spoke because he is telling everybody.
He's also doing something with the game design program at George Mason. I can't remember what it was.
What it simplifies is that in order to be a video game designer, you have to love what you do. You have to. There's no ands, ends, or buts about it. Because you've got to enjoy it. If, like me, I'm into the healthcare field, and I'm also a musician. If I don't enjoy my work, why the fuck am I doing it? Seriously. Like, I spend a lot of time making those covers for everybody, and I enjoy hearing the reception because it's heartwarming. I don't do it for money. I don't want to do it for money. So, you know, for me, you know, it really is. I don't make songs to make money. I get my point across out there, and that's what I enjoy. Because I could easily just say, you know what, Cole? Who needs hopes and dreams and save the world? Fuck you.
So, the thing Bushnell was mainly talking about was, you know, he gave like a very brief sort of history lesson on, you know, the stuff that he's done and how that's kind of affected the industry.
The true beauty of what he spoke was in... These are few and far between. They do not count as a scam, but you're going to love when you find them.
Ammo station. Oh, son of a bitch! Awesome! You can actually... I'm low on missiles. Oh, hey!
No, it doesn't.
Stick my arm cannon in it.
It doesn't replenish missiles.
Then what does it replenish?
Light and dark ammo.
Okay.
Ammo supply.
Okay. So, the thing with Bushnell's whole lectures, he was kind of talking more about, you know, the side of game design, being an entrepreneur and a businessman, and that kind of gave me a new perspective since game design is my major. So, seeing that aspect, along with combining what, you know, I did know about the process, was really eye-opening. So, I was really glad I attended that lecture. But, yeah.
I mean, and I enjoyed it too. I mean, I'm not into video game design. You know, that's not really my thing. But I will gladly be a playtester. I'd gladly be a music composer. If Cole ever wanted to say, hey, how about we design a kick-ass soundtrack, I'll be like, I'm right with you. Why? Because I can do it. But I can't create sprites. I can't do that shit. I can't do it.
And that's where I come in.
Literally, you guys are not going to be seeing this during the time of recording, but Cole made... What I'm basically doing is I'm including every time we get a missile expansion, every time we get an energy tank, every time we get a new lore, I'm adding a total. I'm adding a tally count. You're going to hear the 1 out of 50s, the 2 out of 50s, Why? Because I want to show you what you need to do to 100%
And I
this
was
game.
the graphic designer for like the little things that show up for those counters.
Originally, I just took logos, and I'm like, you know what? It doesn't feel right, so I'm kind of glad I had a problem uploading. Hopefully, they'll be uploaded this weekend.